Real love, no beef.
Guys, this is day one. We on the road with no real true destination. We just riding on faith and seeing where God takes us.
Follow signs for
Me,
US 58.
a beautiful wife, Bronny girl. This is all we need. This is all we need, and some faith. So, yeah, follow us on this journey.
All we need is each other and God.
Absolutely.
That's what we got.
Keep left to continue on US 58.
Day one. No real destination. No real end goal. Just seeing where God takes us.
Seeing where God takes us.
Excited for the journey, though.
We don't have a real, true destination as far as where we're going to end up. That's completely up to God. But we are going to make some stops to see what we like and what we don't like. And our first stop is going to be Virginia Beach, Virginia, Lower Wheeler. And then after that, we're going to go to Charlotte, North Carolina. And then we'll be on our way to Asheville, North Carolina. And then we're going to check out, I think, Chattanooga, Tennessee, maybe. Maybe Atlanta.
I heard there's a lot going on in Tennessee. So
yeah, we haven't been hearing the best things about
better
Tennessee.
be acting right when we come through there.
So we gonna see. We might have to get glocked up for that one. I'm just saying. We might need our license to carry. But no, that's regardless. We might need that. I don't know. But anyway, then after that we gonna make a. You want to say something?
No, I was just gonna say that I honestly don't really know where we're going. There's certain things in a marriage that you have to know your lanes and play to your strengths. And this was a little too overwhelming for me, having to try and do and figure out all these different locations. And Jor loves doing that, so I let him take full control. So we've been driving for approximately an hour now.
We've officially left New York City.
We officially left New York City.
And it feels great for me.
It's many mixed emotions. It honestly feels great for me as well, but the journey to get here on the road was not great. And
that's nice.
It definitely tested us.
Absolutely.
In ways
but I just want to say something real quick, because I feel like I owe this to New York. Thank you. Thank you, New York City. You gave me my wife. You gave me a new family. I love my New York family. You helped me continue to birth a brand and instill confidence in that brand and then confidence in myself. New York City, you gotta have some courage. You gotta step out on faith. You gotta be confident and you gotta believe in what you're doing. So I just want to say thank you to New York City. Thank you. Thank you, Brooklyn. Thank you, New York. It's forever grateful for New York City. But yeah, back to what Cozy P.
Nah. He just said he been talking mad stuff about New York.
Nah, I agree.
He just saying that now because the Knicks is in the player. Now all of a sudden he want to be a fan again.
No,
okay,
wait,
because his team, the Browns, didn't make it. Now you want to be a fan.
It's the Cavs.
Sorry.
The Browns is hilarious. Yo, that's our football team.
Sorry. Well, neither of them made it. The Browns scored the Cavs, but the Cavs didn't make it. So George trying to get back into the good graces with the Knicks. And
no, I'm not. I am excited
Jordan has
to
not
watch
been
the
liking
game,
New York for the past.
I actually want New York to win the championship, honestly. But I was over New York, yo. It was way too crowded, way too dirty, way too many rats, way too expensive. Just everything was, it felt like we was getting tickets constantly, car getting towed. It was just very difficult to live in New York City. It wasn't easy. You need a lot of money to live in New York, yo. You need a lot of money or a lot of resources or a lot of both.
Yeah, New York is fun when you got money. When you got money,
a lot of money is fun. But I feel like, I don't know, because we didn't have a lot of money when we first met and we were having fun. It's a love-hate relationship. It's a love-hate place. Personally for me, New York is always, I'm from New York, born
half raised. So it's always gonna be home for me. It's like when they say there's no vibe like New York vibe, I agree. I see what they're talking about. Like there's no vibe, there's no place like New York.
No, the energy is really electric there.
Yes.
You feel like you can accomplish anything.
Anything. It make you dream big, you know, it make you like conquer the world, and you exposed to so much. You see how other people live in, you see the heights that other people reach. You like, well, shoot. It make you realize that shit, anything is possible. So that is one thing that I
And
love
it's
about
beautiful
New York.
to like rub elbows with the right people.
Right.
And a lot of people say New Yorkers are mean, but what I realize is New Yorkers are actually really good,
So
nice people,
nice,
super
so
hopeful.
nice.
They might not be like the
They're just direct. They're just direct.
like the way they come off vocally, but you may not feel like they're the warmest people.
Right.
But with their actions, they gonna hook you.
They gonna help you. Yes. Go out their way. Like, even with All Love No Beef, I feel like we've had the most positive interactions in New York,
Yeah, true.
you know?
And we've been all over the world with All Love No Beef, fan. New York, by far, we've received the most positive interactions and feedback and all of it. So,
And even for our marriage,
Yeah,
I feel like
facts.
we've had the most. And people will literally just shout randomly, see us walking down the street, y'all belong on Hollywood.
right,
Well, you're
right.
so beautiful together. Like,
No, that's
that,
true.
like nothing but God moments. You know, I feel like that's New York. Like, I've had nothing but God moments. But I will say, New York, it is such a place of high stress. Your cortisol levels is through the roof because it's just a really stressful place. And also,
And I feel like the mindset of a lot of New Yorkers, respectfully, is not the mindset I have for life. It's like grind, go harder, go get it out the mud, hustle. And it really just make you join the matrix, in my opinion. Like, you now are on that hamster wheel. You now just trying to catch up. You now trying to look like that next person or get a penthouse on the 35th floor because that person got a penthouse. But it's
I
like,
want a house and Tribeca.
and I'm gonna get that for my wife, but I wouldn't say it's a goal of mine, you know.
No, his dream was always a brownstone.
And I still want a brownstone in Bed-Stuy, but not right now. But yeah, enough about New York.
Yeah, we grateful for what it did for us. We're grateful that it brought us each other. It brought me my husband. We got to live that New York love story.
That
was
hustle and
beautiful.
bustle. He was on the trains together, stuffed there like sardines. But yo, I'm not gonna say that I would never live in New York again. But it's got to be the best opportunity, and it's got to be very fruitful, and it's got to be it'll take a lot to get me back to you, a whole lot, and a few miracles. But we gonna talk about the traumatic experiences that we experienced getting out of New York City. It was rough. I feel like it tested our relationship. It tested our marriage drastically. You know, I think just the stress up New York City is one thing, but now the stress up moving is a whole nother thing, right?
Right.
We packed up our entire lives and put it in a Jeep Wrangler.
Well, the stress of both of you losing your jobs,
Yeah, that too.
and less than a month, that already is stressful. And then like living in one of the most expensive cities in the world without jobs is another stressful thing. And then deciding to move your whole life cross country in 2 weeks is another stressful thing. And then trying to find somebody to take over your apartment in those 2 weeks and pay the prices that you want them to pay is another stressful thing. And then packing and moving and all of that, you guys know that already is a lot. So it was like we were tested on so many levels, and we still here, so I guess we did pass the test. We still standing, but it did get rocky. Like at some points we were like, bro, we need a break. Like we were thinking about even separating for a little. Like you go to Florida, I'll go to Florida, I'm gonna stay with my sisters, and you go wherever you go. You go and do you.
I
Like
didn't care where I went.
I didn't care where he went, and he ain't cared about leaving me either. Like
Yes, I did.
it got real. It got real, but
I would have cried.
tell him why it got. No, he would.
Yes, I would have.
Yeah, he would have. He would have missed me. He probably would have been having a great time doing whatever he wanted to do, but when it came time to sleep at night and he realized that he going to sleep alone, he would have been like reaching over in the bed. Where's my wife? Why does it feel so cold and alone in this bed?
Why am I cuddling with my dog?
You and Bonnie are like cuddling together.
Seriously.
Right? Seriously.
But no, it really was mad testing. We know one of the biggest challenges is that we travel a lot. We go a lot of places together constantly. We've packed up and moved several times. And one of our biggest challenges is, I try to choose my words correctly, but Kiara has a lot of belongings. Women have a lot of belongings. Women don't like to let go of things. Women have far more things than men in most cases. Sorry if I'm generalizing.
Hair, we got makeup.
And oftentimes it's me carrying all the bags.
We got skincare that our men don't buy but use all of ours.
So it's me carrying everything. Kiara traveling with 1,300 bags. And not only is she traveling with a lot of stuff, but she don't like to let go of anything. She want to hang on to everything. Everything has some sort of reason or value or everything to hang on to it. And trust me, I understand it to an extent, but me personally, I'm a minimalist. I don't believe in holding on to things. I believe hanging on to memories, hanging on to feelings, hanging on to maybe certain things, but like things gonna come and they gonna go.
But also memories come and go.
Yeah, so we create new ones. Yeah. But I'm not gonna harp on how much stuff she has, because it's more so just the fact that I gotta deal with it. I gotta carry all these bags. I gotta deal with going through an airport with literally like 26 bags traveling. And it's like little bags. There's shit falling out and stuff like that.
That was one time and it was for our wedding, guys. Don't think I just be out here just making him carry 20 bags every time we go places.
Yo, we went to
literally
Hobart, Mexico. This was not for our wedding. We went to Hobart, Mexico. First off, we had to fly into Cancun, catch a taxi to like an hour to catch this ferry to get on this boat. We late for the ferry. I remember running to this freaking ferry with like 22 bags. And it's not like a bunch of big bags. Some of them are really big, but some are also like really small. So it's like, and that don't close. So it's like stuff falling out. I'm dropping little bags here and there. Some of the bags are way too big, way too heavy. And then wheels are broken on these bags. So the bags is scraping up against the ground. Well, I'm also like, it just was like a very, very bad situation. And I'm scarred from it, you know? I think I got some trauma from being a kid with dealing with my mom. She also got a lot of stuff, so much stuff. And it was just constantly feeling crowded, constantly feeling overwhelmed, constantly feeling like it's stuff everywhere. And I never want to live like that again, ever. And my mom's a great woman. She's not a hoarder or anything like that. She just got a lot of stuff. And you need a place for this stuff. You need a home. Everything needs a home. And if it don't got a home, it's got to go. We don't need just stuff in the house because you might need it in 22 years from now. Like, what do you need 2 months from now? And that's what you should hang on to, my opinion. So going back to Cozy Key, women, a lot of stuff. And the biggest thing that bothers me is moving last minute. Like doing things at the last second. I hate that with my soul. And I know we shouldn't speak hate. I strongly dislike it. I can't move last minute, yo. I hate feeling like we got 56 minutes to be on this flight and we still in the Uber on the way to the airport. Like, what are we doing, you know? And that's what comes with waiting until the last second to do things. When you wait till the last second to be like, yo, I got this package to drop off at UPS. But we got a flight to catch in an hour. Hey, you couldn't take that package. You had 2 weeks to drop that package off. And now you wait till the day of the flight to want to drop this package off at UPS. Like, it's more so just priorities. And
I'm not gonna lie, that part he is correct that a lot of times that I have a bad habit of doing things last minute. And there has been times where there's been a lot of times where I've had to run to flights. Okay, so I agree with
Or
with
miss
this
flights,
something. No,
or-
I don't miss flights. I don't miss flights. I just be having to run to them.
Or at
And there
check-in.
has been times where they've even been calling my emergency contacts, like, "Hello, is Kiara at the airport? Like, where is she? The flight is about to go." Like, I have been in
can't
those
live like that,
situations
though. I can't.
one too many times. So
She has
I-
security
yes.
unloading her bag because it's overweight. Like, where are we going here, yo? Like, you can have an overweight bag and unload it if we're on time, but we can't be late and you still got to go through your bag and take stuff out. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm not gonna go in on it because
Hey, not too much on it.
I'm not
too
I'm not
much
gonna
on
go
it.
in on it. More so just
Just get. This is your truth. You can.
That's just my truth.
Right, speak your truth,
It's-
baby.
we can't be last minute, and we got to give things away. I'm not saying throw it away, but give it away because somebody else can use it. You might think like, yo, I really need this coat, but like, sorry, I really want this coat, but do you want it or do you need it? It's two very different things. We saying we about to move south. We saying we going to warmer areas. Why are you bringing 6 winter coats? The goal is to go somewhere warm where you may not need one. You know what I mean? So, it's funny. I keep saying, you know what I mean? Because I feel like New Yorkers do that. They're like, you know what I mean? They got to check to make sure you follow them. But anyway, so to tell you more about this past situation, that's what happened. So I'm telling Kier, yo, we got to be out by June 1st because we literally don't have enough money to pay the rent on June 1st in New York City. We need this money to live off of now. We don't have an income. So I'm like, we can't be here June 1st because rent is due June 1st. So it gave us 18 days to find someone to take over the apartment, clean the apartment, move out of the apartment, pack up our belongings and everything. Every single day during that time, I'm telling Kiera, like, hey, baby, you got to throw some of this stuff away, or you got to give some of this stuff away, or you need to sell some of this stuff because it can't fit in the car. So I said this every single day for 18 days. She said I didn't say it every single day. I probably said it for 16 out of the 18 days. I would literally be like, hey, baby, you know the car's still the same size, right? And you still got the same amount of stuff. It can't fit. What are we going to do about this? And I would say, hey, baby, on Monday, June 1st, when we move out, I don't want to be in those past situations. Remember I told you about running late, last second stuff. So I'm telling her, hey, baby, I don't want to be there on the last day trying to figure out where the stuff is going to go. So she was understanding of that. And, I thought she was understanding of that. And I'm also letting her know, like, so much land for sale. We're looking to buy land that we happen to be driving through the area of Virginia that Kiera's ex-boyfriend is from. So it's kind of funny. Well, imagine if he bought land near her ex. But go back to what I was saying. I keep losing my train of thought. We stopped smoking weed, by the way, so I'm hoping my thought process gets better and I can stay more alive.
Day 3.
Day 3, no tree.
Day 3, no tree.
But so anyway, I'm letting Kiera know, I'm like, hey, on this last day or come June 1st, I'm not helping you with moving this stuff to storage. But if you wait until June 1st, you got to figure it out. I'm not helping you. So guess what? June 1st came, 5 o'clock in the morning. Kiera's like, yo, I need a storage unit. I got too much stuff. I'm like, I told you this for 18 days. So I told her that you got to figure it out. You got to take it to storage. You got to unload it. You got to load it. You got to drive the vehicle to storage and all of it. And the big thing is Kiera don't like driving in New York City. She feels uncomfortable. But you need to feel uncomfortable if you want to make me constantly feel uncomfortable, my opinion. Like, you got to get uncomfortable too if you going to put us in these situations. So anyway, I've been talking for the last 12 minutes.
Yeah, let me know if y'all agree with that or not, okay? But I think before y'all even answer if y'all agree with his rationale and his decision of
She
literally
scarred me, yo.
making
From
me literally
so many
pack
times.
the whole car up, take it, drive it to storage, unpack it by myself, go back to the house, pack it all up again. I had to do two trips, packing up the whole storage, moving everything in the storage, all of that, unloading, reloading, all of that by myself. when I tell you, like, and mind you, we pulled the all-nighter. Okay, matter of fact, let me back up. So I do agree with Jordan in terms of I have a bad habit of being last minute for things. I have a really bad habit of that. And it is something that I'm working on. You know, and it's something that I obviously hear my husband loud and clearly on that he does not like that. So I am working on that. However, I find that, you know, and this should be encouragement to all married couples, all relationships really. When you're in a relationship, it has to be about like merging the two of you, taking a little bit of who you are and mixing it with who this other person is. You know, like that's what happens when you have a relationship. You have two people who grew up completely different, who have a completely different set of conditioning and programming and how they think and how they move and how they do things. And it's not about right or wrong. It's just about what works for you guys. So I say that to say like, okay, first, yes, I do have way more stuff than Jordan. And we also, in this process, we recognize Jordan moves around a lot. Jordan has not lived anywhere for longer than 12 months. In the past like 10, 15 years of Jordan's life, he has not lived in one place for longer than 12 months. That's a lot. That is a lot. Crazy. You are a mover and a shaker and a roller and a whatever. Even if he's like in a state for longer than a year, he hasn't lived in an apartment for longer than a year. So he doesn't have a lot of stuff. He's used to carrying just a backpack. So he doesn't have a lot of stuff that he saves up, you know? And also Jordan also, I would say, is definitely more of like the spender in our relationship. Like I'm definitely more of the frugal one. He's more of the spender. He doesn't mind throwing everything away and starting all over again and buying all new stuff. He doesn't mind that. Me, on the other hand, I don't like that. I don't come from that, okay? I don't come from money, okay? I came from poverty. I guess I didn't come from poverty, but I didn't come from where I could just throw all my stuff away and get all new stuff the next week, okay? Even in boarding school, like, yes, I grew up in maybe $1 million homes because I know once my siblings hear that I said poverty, they're going to be like, this girl grew up in $1 million homes. She did not grow up in poverty. But even still, like, even growing those, it's not my $1 million home, like, and it's a home that I got restrictions. I got to clean twice a day, like.
And what you was there with like 20 other girls?
Yeah, so I was living there with like 8 to 10 other girls in the house and stuff. So it's just like, I wouldn't say that I necessarily grew up rich. No, like my allowance was probably $50 a month. That's nothing. So
she went to a boarding school for underprivileged kids.
Yes, I went to a boarding school for underprivileged kids. Well, we'll get into this in another chapter, but my mom passed away when I was 9. She had 6 kids. That's a lot. She knew she was dying. So essentially she sent the youngest 3 to boarding school in Pennsylvania. But so I say that because that's important background knowledge to know in this situation, in this dynamic. And so I've always grew up feeling like I never really had a home. And I didn't get my first apartment until I was like I was about 18, 19. No, not even. I was like 20, 21 when I got my own first apartment. And that was like my first home. So I say all this to say, I grew up never feeling like I really had a home. So I know that you shouldn't hold on to material possessions. However, some of this stuff that I have is like awards, like medals from college, like MVP medals, like medals from track, from basketball, from volleyball, like graduation diplomas, like things that really mean a lot to me. And I know that, you know, you shouldn't just, like I said, carry material possessions, but it's like these do mean a lot to me. And when I have a home, I always said I wanted to have a trophy room, a room where I could just have all of my awards or all the things that I'm really proud of, all of my accomplishments. I want to have that, you know, like these are things that I cannot throw away. Okay, I can't throw them away, you know, they're important to me. And
I do agree. I have understanding with that. I hope you know that.
I think too, it's also like, because I've lost a lot of people young, did something in me. And like when I have a family and when I have kids, I want them to have something of me. I want them to have something of us. It would mean so much if they can look at this picture of mom and dad, or they can see mom and dad on this road trip. That's when they was taking that road trip. Like, I want my kids to have that. Jordan ain't got that. Okay? Jordan ain't gonna have nothing that our kids gonna be like, oh, look at dad when he was 13. Like, Now that's not true. There are some pictures of you, but
now with Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff nowadays, that stuff will always exist.
but
YouTube
they're not
and
gonna be
stuff,
able to see. Oh, look at Dad's medals. Like Dad was a killer basketball player. He
Yeah,
played
true.
overseas. Look at this medal that he has. Like
that shit
my
is
kids
in the
gonna know
trash.
their mother was a beast.
Yeah, we're gonna create an
In basketball,
entire
and volleyball, and
sports
tennis,
hall of fame for Kiara in her house. And so she really is adamant on showing off all her trophies and stuff like that, which I respect. Whatever.
Like usually your parents would be so proud they hang up your trophies and all of that. I never had that. So I want to do it for myself. I want to create that, you know? I think it's important. Like whatever you don't have or what you don't see, like somebody told me this before. If you don't have the role models that you're looking for, you have to create it. So I just feel like whatever I don't have or what I didn't see growing up that I've wanted, I just plan to create it. Now the next point of this is I also think it's important for you and your partner to learn each other and to know each other, and also to be proactive in how you can help each other, because that's essentially why you guys are brought together, is to be a helper to each other in all capacities, to help you elevate, help you think better, help you reach new levels, help bring you back to God. Like your partner is there to help you. And his help came in a form of throw it all away. Or I guess I'll use his words, give it away. Which essentially to me also means throw it all away.
No. Generosity and giving is very different from throwing something away. I'm talking about giving to another human being where they could use what you're giving them. And I feel like, I shouldn't say I feel like, I know, because from my own life, that God sees your heart, especially if you give something away that you don't really want to give away. I feel like when you give generously, you give back generously.
Yeah.
But sorry.
No, I agree with that. But then it's also tough because I also agree with the sentiment of like, sometimes you have to take care of what God has given you so that he can give you more. And keep in mind, we just moved back home to New York and we only been there for 2 months. So in that time, I was buying a bunch of stuff to try and make it a home. So a lot of the stuff that we had to give away and get rid of were all like new stuff, brand new stuff, like stuff that we never even got to use, you know? But so anyways, when it came time to get rid of my stuff and started cleaning and packing out, like I actually did start ahead of time. But when it came down to the wire, when it came down to the end, it wasn't enough. And we pulled an all-nighter just to realize that I still have way too much stuff and it's not going to fit in the Jeep. Which also, by the way, I have to share this Jeep. You can, well, y'all can't really see. I'm going to show y'all a better picture. We came quite a ways to get it to where it's at now in this space. But keep in mind, I'm sharing a Jeep with all of Jordan's things. I'm sharing a Jeep with our things. Like we have like tent stuff. We have sleeping bags. We have food for us, for both of us, not just Kiara. So it's not just Kiara stuff. So I'm sharing just one little Jeep. Most people, when they do a move, they rent a whole U-Haul. My husband wants me to condense all of my things into a back of a little Jeep, and I got to share it with him and a big husky. Like, come on, like you're already kind of setting me up for not success. And so I felt like if he really wanted to help me, he could have been like, baby, let's get a storage. Let's try and find a cheap, affordable storage. Just start thinking about what you want to take on a road trip and what can go in storage. But maybe that was my delusional faith. I really thought that I was going to be able to make it work. And clearly I wasn't. I thought I could make it work, but I couldn't. I didn't. And so last minute, after pulling an all-nighter, I'm already exhausted. And just like packing and all that, I tell Jordan, like, hey, we need to get a storage because I'm not going to be able to fit all my stuff. But Jordan...
That hurt my soul when that happened. I was crying on the inside. And I'm not joking. It was just like, I tried my hardest to prevent this situation.
Jordan was crying on the inside and I was crying on the outside. Okay? I just felt like that wasn't how you had to teach me a lesson, or that wasn't how you had to show me. Like, I felt like, you know, like you could talk to me, like we could have a conversation. Like, I don't know. I just felt like that wasn't the time and that wasn't the way to do it. Like, that's man work. Like, that's man. You let me do mad manual labor. Like, I kid you not. My body was so like, I could barely walk after because of carrying so much, lifting so much, going up and down steps, driving driving a big G. Like, all this stuff. My body was so tired. It's so sore. As soon as I got a chance to sit down, we literally just passed out on a couch. I just passed on a couch at like 7 o'clock at night. My mouth was wide open, drool coming out. I was that exhausted from doing all that. And mind you, pulling an all-nighter. So So yeah, so that's what frustrated me, and I feel like too because, ladies, let me know what y'all think. But I just feel like there's a lot of times that our men sometimes don't listen to us, and they get us in situations that also impact us. And it's like, and we still roll with the punches. We still troop it out with them. We still show up. You know, we show up and show out for them. Like, there's a lot of times, you know, I can count so many times that Jordan has had me in situations that's uncomfortable, that I don't want to be in, that now I either got to clean it up for him or now I got to help him. Like, there's so many situations that he's had me in, and I still show up. I still do it. There's been times of Vegandale that we've gotten into fights before Vegandale, and I'm like, oh, you could do this on your own. Like, you ain't finna talk to me any kind of way, and I'm helping you for your business. I won't help you. I quit. I'm not doing this. And okay, well, good. You quit. I don't need you anyway. Like, I got it. I'll do it on my own. Come Vegandale, who there with him, who's showing up doing it with him all day, all night, from 6 o'clock in the morning to 12 o'clock at night, who there with him with a smile on, selling stuff. So I think it's super important to just like learn your partner, because once you learn your partner, that's when you can know how to help them. And so for him, like, I didn't respond to throw it all away or give it away. I don't respond well to that. But if he knows some of these things are like very important, or like maybe that will make him be like, okay, you know what, Key, how about we get you a storage? And maybe he say that 2 weeks before we come to the deadline of when we got to move out. There was things we both could have did better.
Okay.
Leave it at that.
Nah.
But tell me what y'all think. Like,
it ain't no
would y'all
part two.
be upset? Like y'all heard both the stories. Am I wrong? Is he wrong? Like, would y'all be upset if your husband literally left you to do 2 trips, pack up the storage, all of that by yourself? Or
after warning her that I don't want to be in this situation, and if this situation happens, you got to take care of it. And I said this for 18
maybe
days.
y'all agree with him.
I just
But
felt like
anybody that agree
her.
with him, you're cut. You're cut. So let me know now so I could cut you right now, okay? Thank you. Anyways, so that was the first real conflict that we had in moving, was me having so much stuff. What are we gonna do with my stuff? How do we condense? How do we get rid of it? And what I had to do. And you know what? I did have to put my big girl panties on, and I didn't want to throw my stuff away. So I took it right to storage, and I loaded that storage. I packed that storage. I did all of it. And yeah.
I advise anyone that was going through things to have a therapist. I've had a therapist before.
I think all men need therapy. I think all people need therapy, but I think that women definitely are a bit more open to seeking help and seeking therapy. I feel like there's still such a bad stigma where not a lot of men even feel like they need therapy. I know a ton of women that are in therapy, or that have been in therapy, or seek therapy, or even want therapy. When it comes to that for men, I know a lot of men that feel like they don't need therapy, or feel like they went through therapy and it didn't work, or feel like sometimes they are more willing to push back on it.
I agree with that to an extent, because I also feel like a lot of men haven't been taught that therapy is good. A lot of men have been taught that confiding into someone else is a weakness.
Yeah.
So I think that's the other thing too, is rewiring your brain. Like, women, y'all talk to each other so much, it's almost like therapy. You know?
Yeah.
A lot of men, I can tell you that since I've been in this relationship with Kiara for the last almost 5 years, when we go through things, I usually don't talk to anyone, and I'm aware that that's a problem. Now, I'm aware that that's a problem.
But maybe you guys could also help me understand, like, why do men not seek the help more, or why do a lot of men not talk to other men more, or like other people that, you know, they trust and that's good people. And I understand there's a level of it that they weren't taught to, but I do also believe that at some point you have to take ownership of your life. It's not your fault of how you were grown, how you were brought up, and how you were raised, but it is your fault of how you continue to show up in life. So it's like, okay, I understand that men weren't taught, oh, be emotional, like, go seek help, like, go be vulnerable with somebody, go be vulnerable with another man. Like, I do understand and not taught that, so that doesn't come easy or even come as natural. But I do also know that at 32 years old, you have at this point learned the importance of seeking help. I know I looked at you, but you didn't have to answer that.
I don't have to answer, sweetie.
Hopefully people in the comments could tell us, like, or even men, hopefully you guys can tell me, like, what makes you not want to talk to other men or reach out to other men or seek the help to be better. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for listening.
We love y'all.
We love you guys so much.
All
Thank you
love,
for
no
not
hate.
judging us.
Gang,
You
gang,
know,
yeah, don't judge
we
us.
go through things too, just like everybody else. We're human. But I do want to leave you guys with a little prayer. I declare and pray over everyone listening that your marriage will be so beautiful even through the hardships. I declare that the devil has no authority over your marriage. The devil cannot take what God has given you, okay? And don't let him, you know? So I just pray that you guys figure it out. You guys come together. You keep God at the center of it all. You keep Jesus in the midst of your marriage, because that's the only way that you really get to be able to get through it and get through the hardships. And I just pray that you guys continue to serve each other and see the best in each other. Don't look for the worst things about each other. Look for the best things and try to remember what has brought you guys together, what made you fall in love with this person in the first place, even when it gets hard, because it's going to get hard. It's going to get challenging. But you have to remember what you love about this person and what made you guys even click in the first place. So I pray that your marriage will be long lasting and beautiful and full of so much amazing memories and amazing moments. It'll be so fruitful. In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name we pray.
Pray.
Amen.
Amen.